The streets of Huntsville are buzzing again, and this time all eyes are on Tisha Scott and her husband, Marsau. For years, fans of Love and Marriage Huntsville have watched Tisha and Marsau present themselves as the power couple, the ones who seem to have it all together, despite constant whispers and suspicions. But once again, rumors of infidelity, public embarrassment, and missing appearances are setting social media ablaze. And this time, the noise is louder than ever. It all started when a new picture began circulating online, a photo that allegedly showed Marsau looking a little too comfortable with a woman who definitely wasn't his wife. The image was dark and a bit grainy, but even then, fans were convinced that the man in the picture was Marsau. His face, his smile, the way he carried himself. People said there was no mistaking him. In the photo, Marsau appeared to be standing close to a beautiful young woman, both of them smiling, and what caught everyone's attention was that his hands seemed to be resting gently on her shoulder. Period. Now, in the world of Love and Marriage Huntsville, one thing is for sure: rumors don't stay quiet for long. Once that photo hit social media, the speculation took off like wildfire. Fans immediately began asking, "Where is Tisha? Why hasn't she been seen at recent events?" It didn't take long before viewers noticed something strange. Tisha was missing from multiple public appearances, including a Halloween event at Black, the lounge owned by Marsau and his brother Maurice. Photos from that Halloween party were everywhere online. You could see friends, cast members, and familiar faces, but Tisha was nowhere to be found. Not a single picture showed her in attendance. For a woman who usually shows up to support her husband's business, that was more than suspicious. People started wondering if she skipped the event on purpose. Was she embarrassed? Was she angry? Or was this her silent way of sending a message to Marsau and the world? Because when it comes to Tisha and Marsau, this isn't the first time their marriage has been questioned. Over the years, Marsau has been accused of cheating multiple times, though he's always denied it and insisted that people are simply trying to stir up drama. But this time feels different. The picture circulating online isn't just a rumor or a screenshot from an old video. It's something that looks recent, and it comes at a time when fans have already noticed cracks in their picture-perfect image. Even Miss Wanda, Tisha's mother, spoke out about the rumors. She claimed she didn't believe anything was going on and defended her son-in-law. But fans weren't convinced. Many pointed out that Miss Wanda always rushes to Marsau's defense, no matter what. She's known for being protective of her daughter, but she's also known for turning a blind eye when it comes to Marsau's behavior. Some people believe that Wanda doesn't want to accept the possibility that her daughter might be going through real problems in her marriage. Problems that can't just be brushed under the rug. What made things even more interesting was how calm Marsau seemed. He didn't issue any statement, didn't respond to the chatter online, and didn't address the missing wife situation. He went on about his business like nothing was wrong, and that silence spoke volumes. Fans saw it as arrogance, as if he didn't care how embarrassed his wife might be or how the public viewed their relationship. Others believe he's just used to the attention and knows that controversy keeps people watching the show. Because let's be honest, Marsau is no stranger to playing into the rumors. Every time there's gossip about him, it somehow ends up fueling excitement for the show. Some people even believe he does it on purpose, using social media buzz to keep viewers engaged. Whether that's true or not, it's clear that Marsau knows exactly how to stay in the spotlight. But that doesn't change what Tisha might be going through behind the scenes. Over the years, fans have noticed how hard she's worked to present herself as the loyal wife and loving mother. She's defended Marsau countless times, even when she looked uncomfortable doing it. She's brushed off rumors, stood by his side, and told the world that her marriage is strong. But when the cameras stop rolling and the lights go out, what happens then? This latest incident might have shaken Tisha more than she's letting on. For years, she's built her brand around being the example of a committed wife, someone who stays 10 toes down no matter what. But being humiliated in public, seeing your husband linked to another woman, and facing endless online speculation, That's a kind of embarrassment that cuts deep, especially when people have been warning you about the same thing for years. Fans haven't forgotten the infamous vow renewal conversation. Remember, when Tisha wanted to renew her vows and Marsau completely shut the idea down? He didn't seem interested, didn't look happy, and definitely didn't act like a man eager to celebrate his marriage. That moment was painful for many viewers to watch because it showed just how one-sided their relationship often feels. Tisha was hopeful and emotional, but Marsau looked detached, almost irritated. And now, with these new pictures floating around, people are revisiting that scene and realizing maybe Tisha should have paid attention to the signs. Some fans online believe that Tisha has always known what kind of man Marsau is, but has chosen to stay quiet for the sake of her image and her family. They think that as long as Marsau doesn't embarrass her publicly, she's willing to tolerate whatever happens behind closed doors. But this situation might be the one that finally crosses the line. Because this time, the world saw it. There's no more hiding, no more pretending everything is perfect. And the timing couldn't be worse. With the new season of Love and Marriage Huntsville underway, fans are wondering whether this scandal will make it onto the show. If it does, viewers are expecting fireworks. But if it doesn't, that might say even more. Because it would mean the Scotts are trying to control the narrative. Either way, the truth always comes out eventually. As one commenter online put it, the light can't be hidden forever. The truth always finds its way out. And that couldn't be more fitting. Marsau has managed to dodge cheating allegations for years, but every time something suspicious comes up, the evidence seems to get a little stronger. Whether it's that old picture of his back from a mysterious photo, or now this new image with a woman who clearly isn't Tisha, it's getting harder and harder for him to claim innocence. Even Tisha's body language lately has raised eyebrows. In recent appearances, she's looked distant, distracted, and not as cheerful as usual. Some fans noticed she's been skipping social events and hasn't and is active online. It's almost as if she's avoiding attention while trying to process what's going on privately. If that's the case, you can't blame her. No one wants to be humiliated in front of the world. People are already speculating that there might be trouble in paradise. The phrase has been trending across fan pages, with viewers debating whether this is the beginning of the end for the Scotts, or just another chapter in their complicated marriage. Some are even saying that Marsau might be following in Martel's footsteps, another Huntsville husband who thought he could cheat, lie, and still keep his family intact. But the difference is that Tisha has always prided herself on not being Melody. She's always said she's different, that her husband is loyal, and that her marriage is solid. So now, with these photos circulating, people are wondering how she'll handle this humiliation. Adding to the mystery is the fact that Marsau has been traveling a lot recently. Remember when he went to Africa for what he called me time? Fans never got a clear explanation of what that trip was about or why he went alone. Some people even joked that he probably wasn't sightseeing. And now, looking back, that trip is raising more questions than answers. Why would a married man take a solo trip to another continent and leave his wife behind? What's even more surprising is that despite all the chaos, Tisha continues to remain quiet. No statements, no posts addressing the rumors, nothing. Her silence is loud, and fans are interpreting it in different ways. Some think she's staying silent because she's embarrassed and doesn't know how to respond. Others believe she's simply trying to protect her peace and her brand. Either way, it's clear she's feeling the weight of it all. Marsau, on the other hand, seems unbothered. Whether he's choosing to stay silent as a strategy or simply doesn't care, the fact that his wife is being publicly humiliated should matter to him. But if his past behavior is any indication, Marsau will probably brush this off with his usual smirk and sarcastic comments. He's built his entire personality around being confident and dismissive, the kind of man who refuses to explain himself because he believes no one deserves an explanation. Still, even for Marsau, this situation feels different. The whispers are louder, the evidence feels stronger, and the fans aren't letting this go easily. People are demanding answers, not just from him, but from Tisha too. They want to know whether she's finally going to stand up for herself or continue pretending that everything is fine. Because at this point, pretending might not be an option anymore. This photo has made it to every major fan page, discussion thread, and social platform connected to Love and Marriage Huntsville. The public embarrassment is real, and the longer Tisha stays silent, the more people are going to assume the worst. In the end, one thing is clear. The cracks in Tisha and Marsau's marriage are no longer invisible. Whether they choose to address it publicly or not, this scandal has already changed how fans see them. For years, they've tried to convince everyone that they're unbreakable, that no rumor could touch them. But this time, the evidence is harder to ignore, and the silence from both sides speaks volumes. Maybe Tisha is at home trying to figure out her next move, torn between protecting her marriage and protecting her dignity. Maybe Marsau is somewhere laughing it off, confident that he can charm his way out of this like he always does. But whatever happens next, one thing's for sure: the world is watching. And as history has shown us in Huntsville, secrets don't stay buried forever. Whether it's through a leaked photo, a social media slip-up, or a cast member spilling the tea, the truth always finds its way to the surface. So, as fans continue to speculate and dissect every new post, one question remains: has Tisha finally reached her breaking point? Or will she once again choose to protect her image, even if it means standing beside a man who may have publicly embarrassed her? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: the drama in Huntsville is far from over, and the Scotts are right back where they've always been, at the center of the storm.